Good morning, Karen Scholl, Operations Section Chief with the Alaska Incident Management Team here on the McCash Fire for your September 25th briefing. We'll start up in Division Oscar, which is the northeast corner of the fire. We inserted 4 additional smoke jumpers yesterday up near Bear Creek. And what they're doing is they're hot spotting, working around from Bear Creek all the way around towards the north, up towards where the PCT crosses. What they're doing is what we call hot spotting. So they're not putting line into the whole area. They're concentrating on the sections of heat and extinguishing the heat and then verifying with infrared technology. So that's what's happening. They're continuing to work all the way up and around the corner here. Things are looking good. That project is probably going to go into Monday and then should be done up there. Over further to the west along the Cougar Creek Road and the ridge up here, you'll notice there's black line all the way around the corner off of Titus Ridge and down a little ways. So good effort there by everyone involved to get black line on the map. That means we feel very confident that the fire is not going to move. We've extinguished most of the smokes, although there are still some smokes out there. We feel confident that the fire will not move to the north past that control line. Folks continued to do some work in the Elk Creek Road area, opening that up, removing snags, and trying to make that road a little more accessible, both to firefighters and in the future to the forest and the repair needs that will be coming along. As we move over towards Chicken Ladder Road and into the Bishop Bowl area, or what we're referring to, the 88 Bowl, firing operations happened yesterday. I believe it's going to be the last day of firing from the edge and trying to clean that bowl up. Today, there might be some additional firing from the UAS or the drone platform, just to try and make sure that all the consumable fuels, available fuels, are consumed. This project, in order to get to close this up, to make it black, essentially, probably a couple more days in there as we work to extinguish and allow those fuels to consume and then do a good mop up. So multi-day process in there, but we feel really comfortable and confident that what has been done will hold. We just need to work through our process before we put black line on the map. Coming around the horn, a lot of patrol again, and along the 96 corridor and in the Lookout Mountain, Yukon Mountain Lookout area. Air Attack did identify a few smokes in this area, so we'll have folks in taking a look at where those smokes are located. High probability they're inside the fire's containment lines. They're just starting to puff up again because of the dry air mass we've had for the last couple of days. So we'll continue to see those kinds of things over the next, week and couple of days until we get rain. And even after the rain, if there's a dry out period, we'll continue to see smokes pop up, as you know, until we get snowfall or a high level of high amounts of rainfall. Certainly, we're going to put the control lines on, and we are confident about the fire not moving, but the smokes are going to continue to pop up until we have season-ending events. As we move down through our western part of the fire, grading continues on the road into Patterson, the Patterson Road. We still have some prep work going along in the Black Mountain area. Folks are another day or so prepping the road in there, and that's again just brushing the material back so that we would have a place to work if we needed to. We feel like we don't need to fire any of the prep work in just to the north of Black Mountain. We have crews in there instead going direct on the spots in there. So that seems like the better strategy for us at this point in the fire. So picking up the spots by going in direct in the Black Mountain area. Crews continue to monitor the fire activity in Wooley Creek. Yesterday, quite a bit of activity. Increased fire behavior. It was mostly just still smoldering, but there was an increase in activity. Wooley Creek drainage was really smoky yesterday, so trying to get in and get some eyes in there was kind of difficult. The fire's edge moved maybe 50 yards down drainage in the Wooley Creek. The cabins are still there, no issues with the cabins, but the fire is doing what the fire wants to do, which is just kind of back down and start consume the heavy fuels and just move through the lighter litter. So everything is looking real good in the Wooley Creek and Steinacher Ridge area. We were able to get a look over into Quebec and the far eastern side of the fire. Still, there's still fire out there. It's not moving. It's again working in the heavies with today's predicted winds. Although it'll still be smoldering, we're still not anticipating any forward movement on the eastern edge. Little marble also flown yesterday, and we'll continue to fly that every day. Containment remains there. We don't have folks on it, so we're monitoring by air, but everything looked good and holding in place in the little marble fire. Both of our structure protection groups are working to inventory and ID where all of our gear is. We're still continuing to do some structure prep in the Salmon River area, as well as in the Ishi-Pishi area, and that's just doing some brushing around homes, kind of fire-wising around residents. All right, so the next phase of the fire is moving into repair, and repair starts to happen after suppression objectives have been met, the confidence in our forecast, the fuel conditions where they currently are, and the fact that we have containment lines around parts of the fire. So because of that confidence, we'll be looking to remove structure protection gear up in the China Grade area, and then in through Cougar Creek, Happy Camp area, and Elk Creek Independence. That's the first area of focus. We'll also be pulling it, as discussed previously, through the 96 corridor and down through Rogers Creek and down into Soames area. So you'll see an increase of activity of firefighters in the area starting to pull all that equipment and supplies out. Additionally, with the repair, we'll be getting a strategy together on the repair work that's required and start developing a plan for that over the next coming weeks. And that's a long process in order to get the area back where we can feel comfortable and the forest feels comfortable opening the closures. So closures will still be in place for probably at least another couple of weeks while firefighters are still in the area working to reduce hazards and make it safe. Forgot to mention yesterday, also we were still able to run aircraft even though the winds were pretty smoky in some areas. The southwest breeze was pushing smoke towards the north. However, we were able to get in behind and provide bucket assistance up there. And then down in Wooley Creek, it was fairly clear in the bottom of Wooley Creek, so we were able to get in and provide bucket support and anticipate doing the same thing today. I think that's it for your update. Have a good day.